Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. This is KJ Live. I'm Chris Johnson. We apologize for the shady audio that was taking place. There was tons of feedback. I was getting dozens and dozens and dozens of text messages saying, Chris, we can't hear you. Chris, you guys got to start it over. So we have restarted the live. Thank you all for texting me and letting me know that you guys were getting a feedback issue. We're going to resume the interview with Clint Parks. We apologize ladies and gentlemen, for that issue. Let's see if we can get Clint Parks up in here. Shout out to Lou Ritchie, Bishop O'Dowd, men's basketball head coach. And I think we still have it. So we're just going to go with this like it is. Clint, I kind of wanted, so after high school and you're at Martin Luther King, when did your playing dreams sort of end? You said, hey, I'm going to give it up. It's enough.
Well, so like when I was going to junior college, 2006, I was going to junior college at Whatcom Community College, and like I had my freshman year, during like going into my freshman year, like we had started the AAU team elite. Me and Marvin Lee did, and so I knew already. I was like, I'm not going league. Like I was real with myself. Like I'm not going league. Like it's not where it's going for me. I'm not even probably going D1. Like that's my dream. Like it's just all like I'm not working hard enough. Like I'm not focused. I'm with too many extras. Like, it's just not like there's 1,000,000 5'10" guards out here. Like, okay, but I want to be in hoop regardless. I got to be involved in the game. So we start the team in that year, like that spring, we're starting the team, and then on in the summer. And in that very first summer, that's when we had Kawhi with us.
On Team Elite?
Yeah, on Team Elite. And so we have the program. So I was already transitioning.
Yeah.
Like, I had my plan. Like, I had, like, the transition, the exit plan. Like, so I was out here stuck. Like, what do I do? And so even when all the years that I played, my 2 years of junior college, I ended up getting hurt both years, breaking my fibia. And so I was like, I'm done with hoop after that.
Right.
And so I'm like, I gotta I came back to California. I moved. I was out here in the Valley with Marvin.
Yeah.
He was at Pepperdine. So I was out here 2008. I was in the Valley, and I was just like, okay, this is what I'm gonna do.
Clint, what were your first thoughts on Kawhi Leonard?
Oh my gosh, long, athletic, great basketball body, really raw, but a great motor.
And what year did you see him first?
That was 2006.
What year was it for him in high school?
That was his freshman year of high school.
Got it. Okay.
That was his freshman year of high school.
Okay. And then you started working with him?
We had a bunch of dudes on our team that went to Canyon Springs, and he didn't play. Like, all my boys went to Canyon Springs, like a bunch of them. And he didn't play on the high school team that year. He just played football. So What position
did he play football?
Receiver.
Wow.
He was a receiver. Like, that was his sport. And so, like,
was he nice?
Yeah, he was nice. That was his sport. Like,
what was his 40? What was his 40? What is his verse?
I don't know what his 40 was. He was like, he's from the IE, so if I had to throw something on it, I would say I could imagine he was like Mike Bush.
Ooh.
Something at receiver. You remember Bush from Washington State Rose Bowl? You know,
sure.
You know what I'm saying?
For sure, that's real.
But so he didn't play, he missed tryouts, and the coach was like, I guess, long story short, the coach was like, send a message. I don't know. There's conflicting stories, but he didn't play high school basketball his freshman year. But he was like, he loved to grind though. He loved to grind. Like, he loved to work.
Yeah, and talk about and you had a couple other guys from the IE, Tony Snell and Jamal Franklin. When did you meet those two and start working with them?
Tony Snell actually transferred into King his senior year, and then he played with us. He played with us after his senior year. He went to prep school, so he didn't have no offers, no nothing. They killed Mater Dei in the championship. Like, I remember we're riding, like we're trying to get like Randy Bennett in St. Mary's to offer him a scholarship. Nobody's rocking with him. Like
that Mater Dei team. Who was on it?
David Ware, Travis Ware, Tyler Lamb, Gary Franklin, Andy Brown had got hurt. I forgot. Those are like the main four dudes. Gary Franklin, the Ware twins, Tyler Lamb.
Yeah.
I'm missing some dudes, but they had a squad. We ran them out.
That's not Taylor King, was it?
What?
Was it Taylor King?
No, Taylor King's already gone. But we played. Okay. They played them in the championship at the Honda Center. I was courtside. Me and Marvin were courtside. We snuck in. Like, we snuck in with the team. So we're sitting courtside next to Ronnie, Evan Barnes, and Frank Burleson. we're on the court side. We're at the media. We're media row, and we're wilding out. We're cheering the whole nine, like kill him. I'm in there, big Wolfie. You already know.
Doing way too much.
We're both going crazy. Like at the end of the game, Gary McKnight's hot. He's hot. They can't be on the media row. They can't be on the media row cheering for two. That's unprofessional. So they booed us off media row. It's the end of the game. We already smacking them. Game over. We like tripping at that point. It's like 2-3 minutes left. So we just behind the bench chilling. We're wilding out. We're talking crazy.
That's hilarious.
We're talking crazy. So
was there smoke? Was there smoke? Did anybody want real smoke?
Nobody wanted real smoke. We already knew what it was for the game. I'm telling Kawhi, we're telling Kawhi and Tony, like, dude, we don't lose to Mater Dei. Because in 2002, Marvin's senior year, they played Mater Dei in the regional finals.
Where?
Arena.
What school? Wait, who?
Martin Luther King.
Oh, King did. Okay, yeah.
Marvin's senior year, they played him. They played Mater Dei in the regional finals. Mater Dei was number one in the country. I don't know if they're number one in the country. They were right there though.
Clint, speaking of Mater Dei, Miles Simon just joined the chat. Shout out to Miles. Miles, we're sharing Mater Dei stories, beating you guys my junior and senior year, and Clint's talking about when they beat the program back in the day when it was Martin Luther King. Clint, talk about when you really decided to go on your own and just kind of get CPSA off the ground, Clint Parks Skills Academy, and how did you launch that next phase of your life?
I mean, I'd always been training. I was just like, I love coaching, like I love the whole AAU, but I didn't want to be I didn't want to be an AAU dude for the rest of my life. You know what I'm saying? I knew I had to get back in school if I wanted to coach, so I was in between, and I was like, okay, like I'm not working a 9 to 5, like, and so the training kind of like for me, like we had to find players. You know what I'm saying? So like my pitch to get kids was like, okay, we're gonna play all the tournaments, we're gonna go to the events, but I'm gonna work with you 5, 6, 7 days a week. So you're gonna get the exposure and you're gonna get the development. And so
where were you working at? Where were you working out of?
What? I was wherever, just like I am now. I was out the trunk, off the curb. Been like that for 15 years, bro.
Nothing like out the trunk with it.
I'm out the trunk with it, off the curb. Like I ain't never changed. Don't matter who I work with. You will find me at a park all day, in a driveway, wherever.
That's one of the reasons why we love you, Clint, because you just keep it all the way real, 100% of the time. And now I know I had the opportunity at Orange Vista a few years ago when I was working, doing some training and some player development. You allowed me to partner with you, and I always wanted to tell you I appreciated that because you're already established. You could have been like this insecure type dude, like I'm not saying I'm just somebody, but you know what I'm saying. You know how dudes be acting.
You were helping me get the campus stuff in order. I still got the binder in the room. You got the binder and everything. I still got the 2 binders, like they're in the closet right now.
Oh, you're sick. No, that was a fun talk. Talk about just that camp. You had a bunch of guys out. Just talk about how that went, and when will we see another camp like that? Because I'm still waiting, and I know COVID is about to be over, but God, when are we going to see the next CPSA?
So, like, my dad was born and raised, grew up in Paris.
Okay.
So, Orange Vista's deep. You let me drive. Orange Vista's out there.
Yes, sir.
Orange Vista is deep. So it was like, for me, it was kind of like, it was special because it's like, that's where my grandparents were, that's where they raised my dad and his brothers and sisters at. And then Coach Davis, who's cool, about helping them get the gym. Like, he wasn't tripping. Like, he was just like, man, I was like, man, it's going to be great for the school. You know what I mean? Great exposure. All your guys come for free. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're letting us get the gym. Like, I'm going to take care of you. You know what I mean? I'm going to do it for the community. And then to have Kuz come out and pull up. We had Jamal Franklin pull up. Kuz come all the way out. Kuz got lunch for pizza for everybody at the camp. So when we're about to have the camp, right? Like on the flyer, I got like Kawhi, like dudes I worked with, all them dudes. But then I'm like, got special guest Kyle Kuzma pulling up.
Yeah.
So everybody, you know how it always goes. Everybody's like kind of, because I went to high school in Hawaii, I left. So there's some dudes that were kind of sneak dissing. Kyle Kuzma's not pulling up all the way in Paris. He's not doing nothing out here. Like, nobody had did nothing in the IE for years. Like, people get mad at me because I always, like, as a kid, Reggie Miller never came back to the city.
Wow.
I went to 2 camps as a kid, bro. I went to 2 camps as a kid. Santa Barlos camp and Paul Pierce camp. Paul Pierce came and did a camp at UCR, and that was when I met Jay Crow.
Nice.
That was when I met Jay Crow. I was in 8th grade going into 9th grade. And
Okay.
I was killing. Paul Pierce busting a bunch of kids from the city, Marcus Johnson. So it was hitters. I was killing. That's how far back I go with Jay Crow.
Yeah.
At the camp, Jay Crow and them was like, I don't know if Jay Crow remember this, but he had me on the phone with Coach Pat and everything. My mom was like, "You're not going to Inglewood. Like, you're not built for that."
You ain't going to Inglewood, bro.
Like, no way you're not going to Inglewood. Like, what? Like, you're not going to the city. You know what I'm saying? Like, and that was when TPI was popping. Jay Crow was trying to help me get with Thaddeus, get on Thaddeus's team, the whole nine.
Yeah.
The camp was active. Like, it was so much fun, bro. The kids were getting coached. There were we had Kuz there. Everybody was geeked. You know, Kuz just coming off killing the Lakers summer league. So Kuz was really the talk at that time. For sure. And then we had Drew coming in. We had Marvin. We had all types of people coming back. Jamal came and spoke. It was just so much. It was everything, bro. Like, for the community, for the kids, a Laker. You know what I'm saying?
It meant a lot. It meant a lot. I could just sense how much the kids appreciated just the entire event. And I still actually, you remember the one kid,
Armand?
Modrew, of course. I still follow Armand Modrew, who I absolutely. He went to North Carolina, right? He transferred.
Bro, Armand was cold. Remember, Armand shut the camp down.
Bruh, please.
They was mad at me. I shut the camp down because I think he had dunked on DJ.
Ooh.
UC Irvine point guard and DJ's big homies was mad.
DJ Davis.
You can't cut the camp down. I'm like, bro, I'm not playing favorites in here, bro. Camp's over.
Yeah, you were on one that day, and that's why I always appreciated you, because you're about the competition. You're about, hey, what's up with your ones? Let's see what this thing is about. I hear you talking, but do you have game? And can you get a bucket, bruh? But Clint, listen, so I talked to that kid, I think it's Adrian. He was like the left-hand shooter. Yeah, I still talk to him.
Yes.
I still keep in contact with him on Twitter, you know what I mean? But that was definitely one of the fun things. Here's something I want to know about. What makes Clint Parks so special, so different than everybody else as a player development specialist?
I mean, just understanding that less is more. Less is more. And if you want to be in the gym 7 days a week, well, then we in the gym 7 days a week. Let's get it. You want to be in the gym 2-3 times a day, 7 days a week, then I'm with it. I'm with it. Like, it's whatever. Like, I'm not tripping. Let's get this work in. Like, every day, like, I'm really about that. Or I'm teaching something that's completely different. I understand that repetition is the key. And we'll drill the same shot, Kobe Bryant style. We'll shoot the same pull up getting to the elbow. We'll shoot that thing 300-400 times in a workout.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm a believer. I'm a strong believer of that.
Yeah.
You know
now, do you take Clint? Do you take ideas, inspiration from other trainers, or are you kind of locked into what Clint Parks does?
Some, like, I've been having my young boy. He's been working out with Quincy Pondexter and Irv Rowland.
Coupon.
I've got a chance to learn a lot.
Irv, shout out Irv.
Shout out Irv, like, just a great dude. Like, for everything that he's accomplished and the players he's worked with in this game, like, he's just so humble and down to earth and, like, easy to talk to.
Big time.
And, like, you would never know, like, the resume that he has. But I lean on guys like you, like Dan Dickow, like Damon Stoudemire, like Jason Hart. You know, even my guys that are playing in the NBA now, like, just guys that have been around the league and that have done it at a high level like you, and then guys overseas that done it, like, just learning and just, I watch, like, literally my mom could tell you, like, since I was a little kid, like, I never watched cartoons. I never did any of that. Like, I just watched SportsCenter. Like, I literally just watched basketball all day.
Yeah.
Like, I just studied the game. Like, so you see what works, take a little bit from everybody, and that's how you kind of take a little bit from here, take a little bit from there, and then add it into your game, and then see tendencies, see what guys at the highest different levels are doing, what makes them successful, and just get to the gym and just repetition. Like your dad talked about that when the first time you had him on, just every day, just coming in and doing it. That's my motto. Do the work
every day. That's a great motto. So I guess if you could detail for us, like, your 3 or 4 main tenets of Clint Parks workouts, of the CPSA strategy to get you better, what would they be?
Mic and drill, form shooting, ball handling, and mid-range game. I'm not really...
Why the mid-range? Explain your whole thing with this mid-range. Clint, it says it's not a great shot. Why are you such just crazy about the mid range, bro?
Because it's it's a layup if you grind. You get in the gym every day, it's a layup. Like a lot of people, like they're gonna run you off the three. People are saying because everyone's saying, oh, it's a bad shot, but you're not gonna say a layup is a bad shot. That 15-footer is a layup. It's like shooting a lay. It's really like shooting a layup if you get in the gym and you work on it every single day. And so, like you hear guys like I work with Tony. I did work with Tony Snell in the past a lot. Like he shoots 57% from three right now. I'm not against the three, but you know what I'm saying? Like Ben McLemore was a really good 3-point shooter last year. You know that's all we worked on because in Houston, D'Antoni was no mid range, so he shot threes. But a lot of guys to shoot the three like that, like some of these dudes want to shoot it. Your form got to be pure. And as you start stepping back, you know, like everybody can't take that long range three. Everybody can't take that three at a high percentage and make it 45, 50%. Like one of my young boys right now, he's playing Hayden Dalton. He's playing for Nymburk in the Champions League in the Czech Republic. He's shooting 53% from three. So I'm not against the three.
Okay. So talk about the Mikan drill and why you feel like that's an important way to train guys with.
Oh, fundamentals, different. You know, the fundamentals of it, the repetition every day. Like I don't care if you've been in the league 15 years. I don't care if you're just starting. You're doing the Mikan drill to start the workout. You know what I'm saying? Like you're doing the Mikan drill. Like you'd be surprised how many NBA players I tell. Because my Mikan rule is when we start, you got to make 10 in a row. You'd be surprised. I ain't going to give no names. They get to doing the Mikan. Ball going everywhere missing, and they get mad. God damn it. I'm like, start over. I made 10. No, I said 10 in a row.
Have you ever had a player that, you know, you were like, hey, we're going to start with the Mikan drill, and he was like, man, F this, I ain't doing the Mikan drill?
Nah, they say F this, but they get that look like. I'm a pro. Like, give me that look. Like, man, what are we doing?
What are we on?
What are we on right now? Like, why are we doing Mikan? Like, this is so kiddie. But it's like then you get in the game and you're smoking layups. You know what I'm saying? And so Kuz's Mikan game. Then you see Kuz's hook shot. Then you extend it. Boom. Right hand hook. Left hand hook. Scoop. You know what I'm saying? Just the whole. It's so many basics to it to get your package on point around the rim, and because you got to have that.
So Bill Walton told me this early on. Bill Walton. He told me about squaring the shoulder that you aren't shooting with to the rim. And no matter what happens and where you go, as long as that other shoulder is squared, it'll be good.
Ooh.
Bill Walton told me that. So I shot 56% from the field my sophomore year. So
people sleep on you, bro. They don't know that. They don't know KJ as the workout guy. Like people don't know. That's why I tell. Like I got the picture. Like I got the film. Like we pulled up at Crespi. Russell White, Cal Lutheran coach. Shout out to Russ. Got us in the gym, middle of school. We're at Crespi in the gym. Me, you, and Kuz. I'm passing. I'm like KJ, get the feet right. Get the feet right, KJ. Because if you get the feet right, because we all know you was below the rim. And I always tell people I was fascinated watching you growing up because I was like, I don't understand how he's 6'4" and he's giving everybody 6'10", 6'11" buckets in the paint.
Here's the thing, Clint. Think about it. So my dad at the time, you know, we were living, I forgot where we were living, I think Bel Air, but we had a big old half court. We had a hoop, and he was trying to make a comeback to the NBA.
Yep.
And so I grew up basically as my dad's test dummy. I'm the guy having to play defense. He's going hard. He had hurt his neck with the Clippers in 1986. So he was on the long road back. A lot of frustration there. You know, but what it did for me, it made me tough. It gave me so much just, you know, I mean, if my dad was like 6'7", 250, and I'm 14, 15, taking it in the chest, he's knocking me out. I'm bleeding. My lip is busted, you know. And so when I got to regular basketball with regular kids, you know, I'm looking at them like whatever. So Tony Gonzalez, all these big, strong men, it was just kind of like, okay, let's have some fun, guys. Let's have some fun on the block. Let's get your ass down here on these here possessions, okay? Catch them and turn. The worthy. Okay, I'm getting out of control.
Turn and face is my bread and butter. Like, what? Like, I don't care how tall you are. Like, you can be 5'10". Like, what? No turn and face game? No post game? Like 15 feet and in. That's all me and Jaden McDaniels worked on. That's all we worked on when we was at San Diego State. I was like, you're 15 feet and in. You'll shoot the 3 ball. Everybody talking about he needs to shoot the 3 ball better. He's not gonna get to the league if he don't shoot the 3 ball better. Listen, we're gonna do what we do well to get to the league. We're not gonna show the league what we don't do well for free. They can find out your 3 balls broke when you get to the league, and then they can help you fix it.
Funny. I love that philosophy. Clint, talk a little bit about though the state of AAU basketball in Southern California, grassroots hoops in Southern California.
A lot of great programs, a lot of great players. You know, this is the Mecca. There's no better place to play, to grow up, to play, to hoop, the competition. For me personally, though, like, because I go back to like when I was coaching AAU, I just hate the whole like when it gets political with the adults and they start shaking. Like all the platforms are good. Like you could play Adidas, you could play Under Armour, you could play EYBL. Like I love EYBL. Like I've seen have kids blow up that I work with on that platform. Like Jaden McDaniels went crazy, blew up to like top 5 on that platform. I've seen it work either way. Like Kawhi, there was no platform back then. I remember Nike guys, I won't give names, telling us like when he didn't go play with the Nike team owed him at the time in the Nike Memorial Day tournament. They were like, "Oh, that's so selfish. You're gonna ruin his career. Blah blah blah. Like he needs to be on this stage." And I mean, lo and behold, like none of the kids that were playing off those teams are doing anything that Kawhi is doing these days. So, I mean, not playing on the circuit or whatever didn't seem to hurt him. But that's just I don't know. Like,
But Clint, what about those people that say that Kawhi obviously is one of the greats to ever play the game? So his story isn't like everybody else's.
Then we go to Tony Snell then. That's what everyone always tells me. Well, it's one of one. It can't happen. Well, then it happened again. Then it happened again with Tony. Like, Tony had to go to prep school after his senior year. He went to the first session of double pump camp. We had to scrounge up money for him to go to pump camp. The pumps weren't letting him in at Cal State Dominguez Hills.
No Scully?
He didn't have no Scully.
No Scully?
They gave a baby discount because we had like 7.
I got to get them back on the show. We got to address this shit.
No, they gave us a baby discount because we had so many players going. So, you know, they're going to discount you if you bring in, like, your whole program. And they're going to throw you some little bags back in the day. Like, they did that for us. But it wasn't like, oh, you're coming for free. Like, we had to do all that. We was grinding back gym, you know. Grinding back gym, had the back gym popping because the coaches are going to come where the players are always. And I get it. You know, as a parent, you got to do what's best for you. And it sounds all good. These platforms are good. But at the end of the day, I've never, out of all the guys that I've had get drafted to the NBA, I never had an NBA guy call me and say, well, Clint, what circuit did he play on? Like they didn't say, like, well, how much did he average in AAU? Like, nah, like, that's not, like, end of the day, like, if you could hoop, they're going to find you. Like, they're going to find you. They're going to come get you. You know what I'm saying? Like, and there's a lot of scouts out here that know the game, you know, like, that are connected, that can get the right eyes on you. Like, shout out to Frank Burleson, you know, Angry Frank. You know, he has the juice. Like, he knows. I seen his juice, like, real with the Bulls. Like, he was a huge Tony Snell guy. He went way back with Dave Bullwinkle and Gar Forman, who Dave was the scout with the Bulls. Gar was the GM. Like, there's certain dudes that got juice. Like, Frank knows people. But a lot of people are out here, as we say, they're out here faking and fronting. Like, they really have some juice that they don't really have. But
well, there ain't no future in your front, and we know that. What type of advice? No, actually, this is what I wanted to know. Why aren't you coaching somewhere, Clint Parks?
Man, I want to coach. I'm glad you asked me that. I want to coach. You know what I'm saying? Like, I've been around successful programs. You know, I got my degree at Wyoming. I was, when Larry Shyatt and Scott Duncan came, they recruited my boy to help me get back in school. So I was around the program working with
Lieberman?
What?
Lieberman? Yeah,
Lieberman. When Lieberman went there, you know, like Larry Shyatt and Scott Duncan helped me get back in school, got my degree, and I was able to work with the dudes. So, you know, I learned a lot from those dudes, and I want to coach. But it's just an opportunity.
What level? What level you want to coach at?
I would love to coach Division I. I would love to, but the phone hasn't rang yet. Like,
well, Clint, it's not about your phone ringing. You got to be, as they call it, a grinder. You got to be emailing cats your resume, emailing them videos. You got to be working the phones 24/7 until somebody can't ignore you anymore. You got to flood the market.
No, I am. I am.
Okay.
I am.
All
I'm
right.
market. I would love to. I think I can help. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think like I know I can help because
Yeah.
I see so many guys like out here. I see so many guys not getting better. Like I always take it upon myself. Like I don't like no. Like I'm different. I'm not saying I'm different. There's probably a lot of people that have this mentality, but I'm like you're gonna get in the gym. You're gonna get in the gym. This isn't like we're not going back and forth. Like no, like you're in the gym. We're gonna work. You're gonna get better. Like that just is what it is.
Yeah.
If you're in the gym every day, you're gonna get better.
Yeah. I wanted to get your take on this idea that KG was quoted in the New York Times as if like the 90s and the 90s through the late 90s basketball player couldn't hang in today's NBA. What are your thoughts on that, Clint?
Like why is KG doing this?
I'm just curious.
Like I'm just that's my thoughts. Like KG, like what are you talking about? Like KG, like who? Like come on, KG. Like big ticket, I love you, bro. Like I love your game. I love your intensity. Love everything. Like why are you getting on here telling us like they couldn't play in today's game? Like why? Like if you don't cut that out, KG, like, them dudes are playing. They're getting buckets in today's game. They're getting busy and they're ultra physical.
Let's take a question.
Like they're gonna adjust to the game if need be. If you can't use your hands, if you can't be as physical, but they can't get their game off.
What about to all the new school that say, hey, there's they're better athletes and they're more skilled and this and that, and so
Oh, they didn't see their pups. They didn't. So their dads didn't put them on no video of Marcus Johnson back in the day. They didn't see how he was jumping, so they just started jumping now in 2020. Come on, dude. That's what
apparently.
Better big homies, better big bros, the whole nine. Watch film with your young boys. Show them old classic games. Like why are we just acting like people just got athletic? James Worthy wasn't athletic. George Gervin, like they wasn't athletic. Dominique wasn't athletic.
Hey, you're preaching to the choir.
That's so weak. Like get out of here with that, bro. Like get out of here with that. Like your dad was something so serious. Like my dad always tells me that. Like my dad used to tell me, like he used to say, like, yeah, like Kawhi reminds me, like he plays similar to Marcus Johnson.
Similar game.
Like, what are you talking? Like simple, straight to the spots. You know, you.
Clint, let's take a question from the chat. How do you come up with your training routines for each player?
For each player, well, we start with the basics. Everyone got to start. By the way, it's now known as the Elgin, no longer the Euro step. Yeah, we got you, Trey. Well, I start with the basics with everybody. Footwork. That's like everybody starts with the basics. You know, like it's not so it doesn't really change. You know, as you start to grow your game and guys get to different levels, then yeah, you're gonna add different things. But when a kid is young, you got to be able to dribble. You got to be able to shoot. You got to have good footwork. You know what I'm saying? You got to be able to use both hands. That's for anybody. People always ask me that. Like, what does so-and-so have to work on? Yeah, certain guys, you start to, how do you fit in the offense? Like, yeah, going to a different team, different organization, you're a pro. All of that stuff matters. You know what I'm saying? So you're trying to master certain things. Like, okay, your coach wants you to get shots here. But for young kids, high school kids, college kids, you got to be well-rounded.
Yeah.
You got to
be
absolutely. Like, well, why are we going to – I'm not specializing a kid in 6th, 7th grade. In 8th grade, like there's no 3-and-D in high school.
Well, these guys now are turning 12-year-olds.
Cut it out.
They're turning 12-year-olds into those type of guys. They're typecasting and they're profiling. I don't like it. I think it's whack. I think, you say, starting with the fundamentals as your base, the foundation of the home, and then building up from there. That's the best way to go. Clint, what advice would you give to parents out there that may be watching this show when they're trying to choose someone to work with their son or daughter on basketball?
Like you need somebody that has substance. You know, like you don't need somebody that's trying to give your son a whole bag the very first workout. Like, what is the attention to details? Like allowing kids to create bad habits. Like stuff like that. Like what is there? Like are they really committed to teaching the fundamentals? Like are you really committed to doing the same thing over and over again every workout? You know, like to help a kid build his foundation and to create good habits. You know, like you need somebody like, and you got to do your homework. There's a lot of really good trainers out here. There is.
Okay, we got another question from the chat.
No, I don't.
Clint,
No.
do you think LeBron sucks, or
No.
you just be hating?
No, LeBron doesn't suck. Like, I've never said he sucks. Like, yeah, I think Kawhi's better. That's my young boy. Like, okay, like LeBron's a great player. Like, just like if you go ask one of LeBron's boys, like, okay, who's better?
Go ask Randy.
Yeah,
Go ask Randy.
Or Maverick, who's better, LeBron or MJ? Yeah, I sparked it last year. I was talking crazy. Like, I was, giving my opinion on the game. I was juiced after they won. You know what I'm saying? Like, they ended up losing. The Clippers disappointed last year. The Lakers, Kuz got a championship. So I wasn't mad. Like, I wasn't beefing. Like, LeBron's a great player. Like, Kawhi and LeBron they have battled in the finals. They're 1-1 against each other. They're both two really good. They're both two great players. But there's nothing wrong with competition. Everybody gets mad that my favorite player doesn't have to be the same as yours. It's okay to ruffle the feathers and to bring competition together.
Yes, it is.
We all don't got to kick it in the summertime and work out together all summer. Everybody doesn't have to be kumbaya and go on a vacation together. Like, that's not how it has to be, bro. And that's okay.
Hey, they're asking about your young boy, Joe Sterling.
Oh, what up? No, he didn't play. Why not? Why not? Well, he was going to play with Why Not, but they ended up not playing because of COVID. And, no, so we just in the gym right now. We haven't played. We haven't played in the past year. Like, we about to start getting some live rest, but we just in the gym every day. In the gym every day, trying to be one of them ones when it really matters. That's the difference.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Well, Clint, keep doing a great job out here, man. I've loved watching your career arc and your ascension to the very top of your game and your profession. Thank you, man, for coming to the show. Thank you for everything, brother, that we've shared over the years in our friendship. It means the world to me. Even when you do say what you say about Bron, I still smile and take it on the chin.
KJ, much love, brother. KJ Live is the best thing out right now. The guests, like, I'm just glad to be able to throw my name in with Earl Watson,
You here?
Hunt Brothers, Ato, Toby Bailey, like all my favorite players growing up. Like, I get to come on and chop it up, and and shout out to my school. You guys see in the back, Kahuku.
Yes, sir.
Shout out to my school. Always represent the island.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Appreciate you, brother.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, Clint Parks. Thank you, sir.